Ideally, I wanted to stay in Tokyo longer than any city here in Japan, but my brother and sister-in-law didn't feel the same way, which is okay with me because I plan to come back here anyway. So we only have today to see Tokyo, then tomorrow I go back to the US and then go back to the Philippines. And since our train to Nozomi on the Shinkansen line, which is by the way I think the fastest train in Japan, leaves at 8 AM and takes about 2 hours and 30 minutes to get to Tokyo, that would pretty much give us only half the day to see the city. I know we won't be able to see much, and since our hotel is located in Ginza, I guess we'll just be exploring around that area. Since we got here a little early, because we wanted to make sure we didn't miss the train, we looked around to see if there's anything we could have for breakfast, and I found the perfect food for this trip. I'll show you that later, but first I had to see if what they say is true about the trains here, that they're never late and always on time. 8:13. Our train is at 8:18. See how fast? 8:15. 8:15. I guess it's true, they don't play around here when it comes to punctuality. I'm not sure what would happen if we missed this, and for about $130 one way, I had no plans to find out. If you didn't know, the Shinkansen in English is bullet train, and this train reaches speeds to about 190 miles per hour and is built to connect cities and regions with Tokyo. It's very convenient and it's always on time. Although I think it's a bit pricey for a one-way trip, like this one from Kyoto to Tokyo, which is like I said, $130. But they came out with this thing called the JR Pass, which you could only purchase outside Japan. The price depends on how many days you're staying, like for example, 7 days is about $270. This is well worth it if you're traveling back and forth from region to region, because with the pass, you could ride any bullet train or subway lines as long as it's a JR train for as many times as you want. The reason why we didn't get this is that it's cheaper for us to purchase a train and subway tickets separately than to get the pass. Since you could only use JR trains and buses, which are limited, you'll still need to transfer or buy tickets from different train lines. So it really depends on your trip. If you're not going back and forth from city to city, then I think you should consider buying your tickets separately rather than getting the JR pass. Well, as for my first impression, it feels the same as an airplane, but if you have a big luggage like we do, there is really no space for it except right here, or the compartment above, which is too small. Anyway, it's in a perfect place for me to use as a table to show you what I bought for breakfast. A bento box. This is called a bento box. It's a takeout meal or a lunch box common in Japan. And inside the box are compartments with different kinds of food. I wanted to open it, but I wasn't really hungry yet, and I had to find a way to store our luggage somewhere. It's really uncomfortable. So I asked one of the crew if they had a place to store them, and he said we can place them at the back, close to the door, which I did. So now it feels more comfortable with all this leg room, and I can properly use this table to place my bento box. My bento. I didn't realize that I fell asleep. It's a good thing my sister-in-law woke me up just in time to see this. It's Mount Fuji. I would have been really upset if I missed it because I really wanted to see it, even if I'm looking through this window. Now that I've gotten a few minutes of sleep, which I wasn't planning to, it's time to open this bento box and have breakfast. Bento box. I'm kind of excited to open this because I have no idea what's inside. I didn't even bother to find out what I bought. I wouldn't know anyway because it was in Japanese. But this box was about $12 to $15. There are cheaper ones, but I figured the more expensive it is, the better food it has. I guess we'll find out. I did have an idea what it would look like, but I didn't think the compartments were this small. Anyway, let's see. This one's rice with what looks like little fish. I can't tell if they're fried or not. Right next to it are 3 pieces of steamed vegetables and tofu. This one's probably rice noodles with bits of seaweed and vegetables. And right above it looks like some kind of chicken salad with steamed vegetables. This one in the middle is meat and carrots drenched in sauce on top of rice. I know this one. It's pork katsu with a small tube, probably soy sauce. Above it looks like an appetizer of beans and ginger. This next one is a miniature sized vegetable and shrimp tempura. And finally this one, it's some kind of meat and onions with sauce, most likely on top of rice. Okay, what do I think? First of all, I don't find this appetizing, and I think the portions are too small. I don't think I'll even get full if I eat all of this. Well, I have no choice but to find out.
Take this guy first.
So I'm starting off with the lotus root.
This guy.
Let me start by saying that everything in this box is cold, and that lotus root would have tasted better hot, but it was still good. It looks like it was soaked in some kind of broth because it's a little moist. That goes with the tofu. The taste is a little close to being bland, but there's a hint of sweet and saltiness to it, just a hint. I've had little fish like this before, and I had them fried and stuck together like pancake. But this one is a little different, and having it on top of rice like this looks like a good idea. I'm still not sure if this is fried because it's not crunchy. It's a little salty, but the rice balances it out.
It's pretty good.
Next, I'll try the pork katsu. I'm not sure if I should have put soy sauce on this because it looks salty already, and by picking it up with my chopsticks, I can tell it's not crunchy anymore.
Still crunchy.
Well, I was wrong. It still had a crunch to it, and it's not that bad. I'm not really sure what this is, but anything with sauce on it, I'll probably eat. It's good. The sauce is really tasty and it works well with the rice. You know, I think it would also go well with this shrimp tempura. The batter is not exactly crispy anymore. It's a little soggy and a bit oily, but the shrimp is still good. I wouldn't consider this as real tempura because the batter doesn't have that taste. It's just too salty. You know, if I had a chance, I'll trade this for a frozen fish stick.
Too salty. Too salty. What the hell is this?
Exactly. What the hell is this? I tried searching this and I just couldn't find anything about it. It really looks like chicken or tuna salad that you put on bread. It has the same texture, but it doesn't have the same taste. I just can't describe it. I don't even know if it's meat or vegetable. Moving on to the noodles, which I'm familiar with.
That's it.
Although it doesn't have that smell I'm looking for, it's still good. Very clean and not oily at all.
Oh, good. That's good. Try this guy.
This one looks like your typical beef and rice plate that you find in restaurants like Yoshinoya, but it looks more like pork.
Pork.
It's sweet in a good way, but it's a little heavy on the sauce.
It's like Filipino beef steak.
And lastly, this last one that looks like an appetizer.
Little beans. Can't see it.
You know what? It's more like a dessert. It's sweet.
Dessert.
As I'm adjusting the pressure inside my ears, let me tell you what I honestly think about this bento box. I was really expecting something amazing because of all the videos and vlogs I've watched about this. Maybe I picked the wrong box or I chose a low quality one, but I was really disappointed. If I was to compare the food I like in this box with the food you buy from a restaurant, Like for example the pork katsu or the tempura, this food wouldn't even come close. I probably wouldn't even eat this, but still, you can't put a price on experience. I think it's well worth it trying it once, but I probably wouldn't buy this again. Okay, maybe I'll try the $30 ones, but that's it.
I'll help you. Oh, look at that, Tokyo.
So we finally made it here in Tokyo, and we're at the Ginza district. Our hotel is a walking distance from the station, so it wasn't too difficult getting there. I didn't know it at that time, but the district of Ginza is a very popular place for upscale shopping in Tokyo. It's actually considered as one of the most expensive, elegant, and luxurious streets in the world, mainly because of all the famous department stores, restaurants, and cafes. I guess that's why our hotel is so expensive. I think it was like $250 a night. I just thought that the hotels here in Tokyo are all within that range. That's why I booked it. But the real reason why I picked Ginza is because of one thing. It's close to the Tsukiji Fish Market. And knowing that we only have half a day here, I figured we'd spend most of our time at the market.
That's our hotel. The Grand Hotel.
Since we are too early to check in, we left our bags at the lobby and made our way to the Tsukiji Market. Tsukiji Fish Market here in Tokyo is well known in Japan. It's a wholesale market that mostly sells sushi, sashimi, and seafood products of every kind. It's the largest fish market in the world. It says that it handles more than 2,000 tons of 400 types of seafood daily. That's insane. I know they auction tons of frozen tuna early in the morning, and I had plans to film that. My brother was even willing to come with me, but it starts at 3 in the morning. We could do it tomorrow, but since we're flying out, I don't think we'll be able to make it. We'll see.
It's the best sushi ever. Oh, some of them are still closed. Oh, look at these knives. Oh, the Japanese knives. Look at that. Wow. Look at this.
As we made our way through this market, I think we're all in agreement to have some sushi for lunch. Although we didn't talk about it. I mean, you're stupid if you come here and not eat sushi, because this place probably has the freshest seafood in the world. And I'm aiming on getting some tuna. No rice, just the tuna, sashimi style. Picking the restaurant to get them is really difficult. It's either there's a line or the place is full. So we walked around to get a good sense of this place. And I think out of desperation, we spotted this building in the middle of the market, hoping we could find some sushi. So we headed towards that direction.
We're gonna go up there. Look at this. Oh man.
Turns out this building is filled with stalls selling all sorts of seafood. And it has restaurants and shops on the next level.
Oh, look at this. Look at that tuna. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, it's like the octopus, dude. Wow. I don't know what to film. All over the place here. Look at that. What kind of fish is that? Oh, look at that. That thing's huge. Ooh. This shrimp, my favorite. I don't know. I gotta try it. Give me one bite. Oh, shit. Falling apart. Look at that. Oh. God. So good. Fresh fish.
It's really hard to focus, especially when you're hungry. You'll just get lost with all the things they sell here. But it's a good thing I'm focused on getting one thing. That tuna.
Wow. I bought some sushi. Look at that. It's like red as can be. So good. Oh, I'll eat that later. Get some more, maybe. These are the expensive ones.
After I wandered around aimlessly from stall to stall, we finally stopped and found a place outside this building to have lunch.
Katalikod. Whoa, look at that. Gamayin ko na isa. I'm just gonna get one piece. Look at that. I can't see if it's clear or not, but this is fresh. It's cold.
お心当たりの方は廃校橋棟2階事務局に届いておりますのでお越しください。
Need soy sauce. Some wasabi. Wasabi.
Dali lang
Got my soy sauce. Yeah, just pour the soy sauce. Look at that.
Green grapes.
Put more soy sauce.
Pagka kinain mo siya.
Cause I love soy sauce. Ooh, shit.
CT scan. Okay.
Look at that.
Sige. Pagka ano doon?
Mmm.
Mami ah.
Wow. That's good. Wow. Another one.
Sige. Oo, si Alexis.
Fresh
Nagpakita nga ng picture.
Salmon. Tuna.
Nag-send ng
Tuna.
picture, di ba?
Mmm.
Ikakain na lang kita.
Mmm.
You can tell how fresh tuna is by its color and the smell. This one smells clean, and it tastes really good, especially with soy sauce and wasabi. I was so excited to eat this, I didn't really notice where we are until now. This is the roof of the building that looks like it was converted into a deck. It's really nice up here. You can see the whole market and parts of Tokyo's skyline. And you know what? I also didn't notice that my brother wasn't here. He was still downstairs getting these.
Fresh salmon. Look at that. Fresh salmon. And fresh something. What the kind of fish is that?
Which one do you want to go first?
Oh. It's your call. What he's gonna do. Daikon radish.
Just put the wasabi here.
Oh, okay.
And then the soy sauce.
Just
here,
dip.
so you could just dunk it.
Look at that. Salmon. Salmon, salmon, salmon. Get in there. Soy sauce.
Try this one. This one. Try this.
Mmm.
Two different kinds.
I really like salmon. Masarap talaga salmon. Yeah. Fresh na
It's
tuna.
really good.
I know.
Better with this one.
I know.
Bigger one.
Nagpasa may melt sa mouth mo. No? Hindi siya yung parang may string. Diba?
This is try also.
Wonder what that is. Let's see what this is.
They call it the great.
Hello?
Parang lumberjack. Great
Hello?
lumberjack.
Yeah.
We'll go through it again.
Hello?
Ooh, look at this.
Hello?
I don't know what this is. It's a little bit of soy sauce. And everything is so good. Oh, chewy. It's chewy fish. That's chewy. This melts in your mouth. That melts in your mouth too. Ew. You can totally smell that. Mmm. Ew. Get this guy right here. Oh, fresh eel. Never had this before. Put it in soy sauce. A little bit of soy sauce. Oh, wow. I think it's cool.
It is. It's smoked.
It's
smoked.
It's cooked. Akala ko fresh.
No, it's fresh and it's smoked.
That's good. So I'm gonna just get one more fish.
Some more.
I'm gonna get that fish right
Get some
there.
more, baby.
This guy, the chewy one. Gotta get two at least.
I'm still not sure what that fish was, but the salmon was the best. You know, I hear people say it melts in your mouth a lot, and it really does.
The grapes are huge. Grabe.
Quality care lang. Marami siya. Hindi lang
Juicy.
diplomatic management.
It's really juicy.
Management. There's also
I feel like I always have to whisper here. I don't know why.
spiritual care, comforts of life, home care. Meron siyang
You got another one.
free management. Gotta have a storage bag.
Now I understand why fruits here are so expensive.
Dr. Pepper in Tokyo.
You know, I remember my brother and I had our first Dr. Pepper when we were kids, and I didn't know that the last time he drank one was 20 years ago. So he bought a can and saved it for last.
Go now, do it.
Okay, you have to take the first sip.
Right, still tastes the same.
Go for it. What, 20 years?
Same.
Last time I had that this like 20 years.
Oh, tastes the same. Tastes exactly the same.
Oh, yes.
After we finished eating, we decided to go back down and really explore the market.
Here, this other side.
So much people here. I go right here. Oh my god.
As we squeezed our way through the crowd and figured out where to start, I passed by the store that sells ice cream, and since I haven't had matcha ice cream yet, I guess now is the perfect time to get one.
Get some matcha ice cream here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Pete, you want to stay here?
Matcha, matcha, matcha.
Stay here, Pete.
Matcha ice cream. Everybody here. Actually good. It's not too sweet. Lalakad tayo dito. So good. In Tokyo.
It was really hard to talk and eat on this corner, so I moved to a spot where there's a few people to finish my ice cream before we checked out the shops.
Boom.
はい、車通ります。車道を開けてください。車道を開けてください。はい、車ちょっと通ります。車通ります。車通ります。はい、車通ります。はい、車通ります。車道を開けてください。車道を開けてください。はい、車通ります。はい、車通ります。
Look. People over there. There's a truck right there. Oh, there's people over here. So many people. There's so much stuff going on here. Look at that. Oh my god. Huge. Man, it's hard. So many people. Oh, look. Look, somebody's cooking meat. Let's move around some more. Nothing interesting. Whoa, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's all gone. Butchered this guy. Tokyo. Oh man, that looks good. Scallops. Oh, crab. Steamed. I've had that already. I'm gonna squeeze in here. Squeeze in here. Because I wanna see this guy. Oh, look at that. 400. Oh, I don't know if I should get some. What? Oh, that looks good. Wow. Lobster. King crab. Oh, there he is. Look at this. Kung gusto mo, oyster 400 lang. Oh, look at this. King crab. 2,800. That's expensive. Wagyu. Wagyu beef. So good, the good stuff. Where's Kobe? Oh, done. Ah, damn. Dude, there's some more over there. Crab. Some more stuff. Soybean. Squid. My favorite. Fried stuff. My favorite. More fried stuff. Dim sum. Dim sum. Wow, they're huge. Let's see this. This way. I'm not sure.
Young fish.
Yeah, it looks like it's egg.
Young fish.
That one looks like egg. What else is here? Battery everywhere, dude. Look. Oh man, there's so much beef. He is cutting some tuna. I just missed it, I think. What is he doing? Selling that. Rolling some tuna. Wow, that's 3,000 yen. Crazy. That's it.
I'm not sure if we saw everything here, But one thing I could say is that if you're traveling to Japan and you love food, Tsukiji Market is a place you don't want to miss. I don't think you'll find sushi fresher anywhere than right here.
Dried fruits.
So as we head back to our hotel to check in, just outside Tsukiji Market, we passed by this guy selling dried fruits. It's hard not to sample them when almost everyone who passes by takes one.
Try this. Oh, ginger. It's ginger. What is that one? First good price. Try this one. That was ginger. I don't know what the fuck that is. Nah.
The weirdest thing happened when we were walking back to our hotel is that we noticed that cars or any vehicles were starting to disappear. And we started seeing a lot of people walking in the middle of the street. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but after researching this, I found out that this is called Hokoten in Japanese, in English, pedestrian zone. It is where people can walk the streets freely, and is close to cars, bicycles, or any kind of transportation. I'm not really sure how this started, but Ginza has one of the most well-known pedestrian zones in Tokyo. I believe this happens once a week and on holidays.
Everybody. Sino pong puntahan? Diretso na tayo. Let's walk in the middle of the street. It feels so weird doing this.
So finally, we made it back to our hotel to check in. We're only going to take our bags in our rooms, then head back out again. But first, I have to see what my $250 room looks like.
Let's see what it looks like.